Of course, when you had Knight versus Yagao, Kanavi was over on JDG, 369 was obviously flexed between those rosters as well.
This could get interesting. Shun's going to come on over.
He will do, and he will have smite, but Kanavi still kills him, and he has the red buff. This is a problem. He dies here if it stays too long.
I think he's in danger. The Rumble's coming down, but Cream's coming up. That makes it the 1v1. Twisted hands forward. Shun, that's bloody deep. Bramble Smash will make this the 1-for-1. Scout unbinds his soul. Can't find too much more, though.
That's about as good as it could go for JD, having as much impact in that matchup.
I do have to offer a correction. Time Lord is entirely right. It's no longer the pass that gets the stunner. Scout is going to be forced to flash here. Kanavi gets the job. I think that's going to be a kill, and that's perhaps a bit more important than correcting my minor mistake about Alistair for now. Nice pick up there.
But you Esports are a scaling team with strong tank front line, saver back line. Dragon's been taken. Nice for top Esports. 4 objectives. Kanavi going to link up with 369.
Fate Seal buffers through the Ornalt, but Kanavi's already waiting, and Scout's only got a Q to work with. Flash on forward, unbinds the soul, but you're going nowhere. Really lovely gank from top Esports.
Another kill participation from Kanavi.
It's going to be just fine by the looks of it. Does look, however, like Shun is going to throw down this Nature's Grasp. Dragon secured, nonetheless. The Equalizer on top of Cream is good, but just not that much damage. Now they're turning it around. The quickness comes on down from Wing to try and buy a bit of space, but now he's in danger of himself and just gets munched away. Bird-on-bird violence. And it turns out Azir is the Raptor hung, looking for an angle onto Shun. Heroes run out of phase rush, doesn't have a flash, but doesn't want to overdive onto this turret with the barbecue running. Kanavi, though, coming behind. Might feel like he gets some more. Frozen Domain gets a chomp, but again, it's still a little bit risky into the Leandri's Rumble. But as strong as this Rumble gets.
Yeah, it is, but also Kanavi sat there. Potentially, the max level Chomp does a hell of a lot of work with that Triforce. Going to steal away a Gromp because, of course, it's Kanavi. He'll never miss a chance to take away a camp. Gets the heal off of the Gromp there, too. He's going to even just get a Chomp for the Triforce.
Hell yes.
Onto tower as well. Hell yeah, tower damage. We take those. Going to walk in. Xiaoshu, does he have enough wave clear? Wink coming down. To threaten a knock up under tower, pops that ghost actually because I don't really gets his flashback available, I suppose. And Cream's gonna get even more gold. Gonna get the knock up flashes to make sure he doesn't get CC'd.
Getting some decent value now as Xiaoshu's trying to get something down. Will at least get the Trundle. No, sorry, not the Trundle. It's bloody Cream because Kanavi's running at people. They're at least not getting him hung with the flash. Can't quite headbutt over the wall, so Kanavi has to flash. Woe to you, oh JDG, for the Trundle brings the chomp. All the while, value as at least JDG get that one. Look onto Jackie, actually. They jump over the wall. Really good combo from Wink and Pace.
Oh, Jackie way too far up. No one was near him. Good combo. The ability to hop over the wall. Very powerful. The turret, and that's a big win for them. Cream using those 3 grubs. Gnasher is here to hit the top lane turret. And this is what Scout was doing all the way through 2023. And 2024. It's really what he liked doing. Holds onto Xiaoshu, doesn't have flash. Here comes the big old ram jam.
Nicely done. Knockup comes on in. Equalizer is not there to be found because Xiaoshu is dead. Can't quite get the kill on Wink, but it's nicely done. The tier 1 top side gonna fall afterwards.
There is something quite upsetting about seeing 369 and Kanavi dunking on their old team like this. This is what they used to do on JDG. 369, Kanavi, Hom. The trio from the gods. They ran the LPL for so long as 369 clears out the wave after brutalizing the top lane, and there is no jungler like Kanavi in the LPL. Being on the subjugate, just make sure the burst damage is ridiculously high. Normally you don't do it onto the squishies as much,
but it again,
makes sense. Yeah, they are. Here come the Bash Bros again. Not Kanavi this time, but 369 helping Cream get the kill under the turret.
Yeah, you don't need both of them because that means that the Trundle can go farm his own.
Seems like it's just not really been Scout's game again. He's been completely blown out in side lanes, trying to make plays to stop teleports, push up aggressively in side lanes. I understand there might be some that, and you still have to criticize Scout even if there is a mindset behind that. Caught out side lane as we speak about it.
Oh, God. He's going to rebind his soul, and I don't think he'll be rebound for all that long. Goodbye, my son. Cream is waiting.
And Scout feeling a little bit lactose intolerant there. Gonna take a quick break to sort that one out. Tower will go down on this wave with Jackie and this mega fed Trundle with 3 grubs going through. Hang on a second, they can take an inhibitor. JDG, JDG, you need to get back now. I guess they don't have a response. Trundle,
oh my God.
Trundle just hates towers.
You've got Trinity Force on Trundle, Nash's on Azir, and of course it's Sivir who gets to sit there. Hung might, in the end, not be able to defend this mid-tier 1. He's in a spot of bother. I'm not quite sure he was there by himself. Will survive, though, at the cost of his flash. And he does buy quite a lot of time and resources from JDG.
Yeah, but he doesn't stop the tower going. Top Esports starting up the outer Khan because of the flash away and the HP gone and shown. It will be uncontested. Top Esports, wherever they go with the Trundle and with any extra person on the map, it has gone to absolute hell.
Win condition, maybe something like pace.
What is that damage?
Yeah, that's...
What?
It doesn't exist.
A single Chomp just took up like a fifth of the tower damage. What the hell?
We are basically seeing Trundles be like... basically... roaming demolitionists. They turn up out of nowhere and just order the turret a few times.
It's Trundstana. Look at it again going in. That tower will go down on this wave.
Quite, because basically Shun has to pull the ult to try and defend.
No.
And he walks up.
I'm not going to lie. I think they could take the tank them out. Dragon now spawning. JDG taking the fight from the bot side of the river, using bot lane to get some priority through. It's the best angle they've got, but they are now lining up for an Ornult.
Scout gets onto Hung, but that's it. He's stacking up on a Gromp. Hung flashes away from the attempted engage from Wink. Down that summoner spell. Back towards the dragon we go. 5k HP.
No Yone E means that Scout's out of the fight. They can take the fight while the Yone E's down.
And it is taken by Shun. Nice secure on that one. Prevents the soul. What about the fight afterwards? Scout to the backline. Fate Seal goes across, but it's knocked away. Can't quite get the angle. He's looking for that Scout in the middle of everyone. Goes on down. They're all running away. Shuffle back from Cream, who can't quite get far enough. Pays is trying, but goes down. 369 and Jackie Love with the ricochets. Bounces him on through. Deep Purple wishes child in time to kill them all.
Pays didn't have enough damage. 4,500 damage from Shun, almost 5,000 from Pays. Far behind. They even get a brush sackling coming in afterwards. Mechanically, this is well played by JDG. They're just too far behind.
And they try to buy that sapling
in so many different ways, and it's just not been that in this series. Top Esports have schooled him in side lanes and team fights.
They have. Jackie Love coming across, going to get some value here best he can. Wink throws down the quickness. Can't quite get to Jackie Love, so he's gone very deep for it, but they have gotten onto him. That's the Sivir down. Finally, they get the combo. Shun goes in, trying to buy some space for Pays to keep shooting. Loses most of his HP bar doing it, though, because the shuffle away from Cream is solid. Cream will end up using his own shuffle to give himself a shield. Health bar's low, but JDG, again, so close. They get the Sivir, but the extended fight, you killed one of the DPS threats, not all of them.
Sam does his daily mic punch to go through this.
Get a bit excited, mate. So, inhibitor turret, or inhibitor itself goes down. Chomp onto the inhibitor turret top side. And reminder, they already killed the inhibitor turret in bot lane earlier because the Trundle and the Azir just ran at it with a Sivir. Now you're down every single inhibitor bar this bot lane. Shun has gone behind, looking for an angle. Jackie Love now turning on up. He started to turn onto this Maokai. Hung breaks his will unbreakable. Shun will try and twist and advance forwards and finds himself quickly turned into firewood. Hung hit by the Electro Harpoon, shocked out a little bit, of course, because he had his ult already popped. So a lot squishier now, but last inhibitor's down, and JDG, Nexus starts between you and a game 1 loss.
Hayes has his ult back up. That's all you're going on. Scout gets the combo.
Tries to find the out, but it's too little. It's too late. They don't get the kill. They lose the Rakan, and Konami keeps walking forwards. Pays goes down as he gets ricocheted through the skull. Top Esports end game 1 on top.
They'll wait for a wave to be their red carpet welcome to the Nexus in Beijing. JDG in their old rivalry against Top Esports fall at the first game. Top Esports take game 1.
And the Nexus is crushed, and Top Esports take the early lead and run over Jing Dong Gaming. Him and get a little tricky. Need to see, I think, this Talir and this Jarvan find really good angles here. Because if they can't, it was a while, it was like, okay, we've jumped. How things happen. Shattering Strike Flash. Got a lot of damage down to the back line. Got a lot of priority. Navi jumping onto Scout. Reminder, doesn't have that flash. Shattering Strike just wide, but a full back with that 3 Talon Strike. Crash down. Scout is dead. Top Esports got the kill on the mid lane as Shun at half HP. Wink's coming on over. Trying to get behind, I think. Angle actually onto Cream. Might be in a thing, but no, I just need to check my mini-map a bit better. But there it is. Shun finds the angle. Cream still got flash. Maybe forced to burn it here. Seismic Shove comes on down, and Cream just decides, look, I'm holding on to the flash. That's rough, and that evens things up in mid lane nicely for Scout. So, B69. Looking for a bit of an angle forwards. Gao shoot coming to potentially be in a spot of bother here as the full tilt. Shattering Strike, crash down, well buffered with the fall out now coming on through as well as Hung is just dead. JDG good punish. Now Jackie's in danger. Xiaoxi gonna have the Q3 force the flash out of Jackie Love. Well played by JDG. Gold lead beginning to go their way. Shun much better this game on the Jarvan after a really dicey early start. I think this will be secure. Grub's up in 20 seconds, but the timer here, I think, for Top Esports to start this one out. Now, Phil comes on down. Scout going to eat the Hex Tech Storm. Ow, that one sucks.
A flash out from Shun means he doesn't have Flash Cataclysm angle, which is very powerful onto Victor at this point in the game before he gets too tanky. Cream coming over now. What's the angle from the other side? Weaver's Wall, good angle here for Scouts.
Yeah, going to try and find his angle on in. The Weaver's Wall is there. Over the Unraveled Earth goes Kanavi. Crescent Guard available, buys some time, but Pace about to get inside the range. Good flash out from Kanavi, keeps him safe for a second. Moonlight Vigil doesn't land on Kanavi. Wink looking for an angle. Gets to Audacious Charge. Stayed him away the flash on him from Xiaoshu. Wonderful pickup from the Cassante.
JDG have the better terrain, and they create some of their own as well as Scout throws the Weaver.
Denied the Shinzao pickup as a result to Kanavi, but now actually potential angle on in. They've got the Ghost down and Hung is just dead. Great invade from JDG.
JDG getting some great plays now into the enemy half of the map. Shun's Jarvan is one of his best, in my eye, to top esports. Cream will collect potentially a bot wave, but now he's on weak side. He needs to be careful. Xiaoshu potentially should be getting the farmers, instead taken down. JDG, credit for them, took the chunk where it's given and quickly punished.
They do. Now Pays though in danger, flashes out. Can they look for the full turret in mid lane? I don't think they got quite the damage all the wave. They're going to stick around anyway.
You know what, if Jack will have a Q upgrade, I reckon he could kill that. They take the mid lane turret instead, that's a better prize. They take first turret of the games. Top Esports will get that for defeats a strength marker. Next objective, JG will win that for them. It would have to be 2 back-to-back for Top Esports. Opening up the mid lane outer turret, very important. One of the weaknesses of Aphelios is he is really bad at just being stuck alone in mid lane. He needs people with him at all times. That's why he was always playing with stuff like the Thrash, which should reposition him. He's very vulnerable on mid wave. Now with no mid lane turret, he'll be even more so.
Look, don't get me wrong. Cream dying of that turret kind of sucks. Scout actually needs to be really wary. He can't get the turret, and he's down on 10% HP. Can Cream find an angle? He's got a grounded field. Oh my god, he has to flash and ult away.
Cream, I think he could have held on to the death ray. They're just out of range. Scout pulls the ult, and Cream can't quite get himself the kill, but it was very close. Not getting the tower either keeps Scout behind.
And not to put too fine a point on it, one bot as well. That's not awful from Top Esports. Down 1,000 gold or so. But this extra turret will help keep things in range. And again, if you're running a Kai'Sa, a Victor, even the Gnar to an extent, you do want a little bit of time here. Yes, the Aphelios on the other side, of course, you want to feed them as quick.
To do when you take mid lane and one side lane turret. You move into the quadrant, which is not protected by turrets anymore. Try and put down some vision and know that you have a better angle of attack. Wink maybe going a bit too forwards here. This is a great spot for the Victor.
Oh, wonderful stuff. Now, Pace in danger. He doesn't have the flash from the mid lane play, so the killer instinct comes on through. Aphelios is dead.
That is a huge mistake for JDG. Again, this is textbook stuff from Top Esports. Take 2 turrets which are adjacent to each other, you move into that quadrant at the jungle, and you try and take control. They do that, and JDG disrespect them because they don't have the vision control, and they're not tanky enough. Giving the goal over to Top Esports here is a big problem. Jackalov doesn't have ult or flash now, but he's overstayed.
Now in danger, overcomes the rest of Top Esports. He just dashes away. Could Xiaoshu find an angle? No, he can't. Now they're turning it onto the potential Cassante. Goes all out on top of Kanavi inside the Cataclysm, but has got his own Crescent Guard to buy time. JDG looking for more. Shun just about alive, but 369's running at him. Gets that kill. Back like
Kanavi lives!
And Kanavi is alive. The one-man army will not be defeated by the multitudes of JDG.
Counterweight of the Herald for JDG should give them a fighting chance to approach the objective.
Textbook counterpunch. There we go. That's what we need to see from JDG, having a bit of a rough moment. 369 just went to Mega. I don't know how much you want to be inside a Cataclysm there, actually, with the Mega Gnar available.
Oh,
he just knocked them all into the wall. Oh, good God, JDG, that was poor.
JDG, go on the Gnar and get Mega. 369 may well die at the end of the play, but he doesn't even do that!
He hops on out!
999, call an ambulance, but not for him!
He's dead as well, another kill. It's even the better kill feed. Jackie's looking for the triple.
He gets himself the Uzi flash up on the kills at the top of the screen.
Yeah, Mega Gnar, the Cataclysm, and walk next to the red buff wall.
Yeah, Sam, you...
Hands checks, right? There's the difference even in linguistics, in the way that LPL players talk about League of Legends that we don't have in Western calls, where you're saying, actually...
the idioms are different, the shorthand is different, the slang is different. It does make a difference, because it changes your mindset about the game.
Into like games like fights that are playable, right? Basically, the discussion about that pretty crazy, but that's not happening, and JDG need this fight to be playable.
So Intercon has been a thing before, but this is such a quick take with the Kai'Sa stacking up on it.
Cream gonna try and run away, gets hit by the depth charge, but the Intercon is down. 369 coming in with the Mega angle. What's 369 coming on in? Can get on to Pace, who has to flash on out. So does the
Aphelios is splashed.
Talia has just not got anywhere to go. Neither does Aphelios. I fumble my words, but JDG, well, they're just fumbling the damn fight.
They missed the hook onto the Victor at the start of the fight, and it falls apart quickly after that. Victor puts down a great... They have panicked. They've floundered. And I hate seeing this version of JDG. I miss...
Understood. Towards the dragon we look. Bit of damage coming on down. Crash down. Wink is dead.
Use that flash to try and force onto Jack. Trouble now.
He is. Scout's now in danger. Flag and drag comes on down. 369 gets to hop away.
Bloody hell, the
But
Victor
they're gonna
damage.
try and get something back onto 369, who does.
The big objective, and JDG don't end up getting the counterpunch they want. Cream gets himself 2 extra Metro stacks. He's not happy. He's not unhappy with that at all.
Not bad at all. Gets away with it, and they still get to go towards the inner turret. They'll lose a dragon here, so it will be sole point for them. But I think Dragon, for so much structural advantage, feels pretty damn good. 10,000 gold they lead now for top esports.
JDG will stop soul point. It's an objective bounty. It's not insignificant, I suppose. And that was his mage. This is the one which kind of was his gateway drug into the mages, really. Then came the karma and stuff afterwards. It shouldn't bloody hell. Jarvan, when you're behind the game, feels awful into tankier targets. Now, if this was a burst damage Luden's Victor, I think this game would still be playable because it's the battle mage Victor and the Jarvan is so far behind. This is the kind of game I hate to see Victor in. Sorry, see the Jarvan in. And we've seen it a couple of times from LPL. We saw it from Anyone's Legends versus BLG, I think in Game 3. I think we saw it from one of the Invictus Gaming, against Invictus Gaming at some point too. We saw it yesterday from Anyone's Legend as well. Playing Jarvan into games like this, you can't kill him.
He just takes no damage, and Wink is going to die. Cream is potentially a bit low, but gets the arcane storm off. Gets away to safety, shoved into the wall is Xiaoshu. 369 claims the kill on his opposite number, and now in a 2v5, top esports can look to end the game. JDG roll the dice, and it comes up 1-1. Snake eyes for Jing Dong Gaming.
Not so long ago, JDG was signing autographs at internationals. Now they are just signing names into the Magi's. Cream stacks it, doesn't die. A slam into the wall. And a love letter from 369 towards his old team. Top esports on top of the series 2-0. Simply put, demolishing JDG in Beijing.
There was a time when 369 couldn't play, nah. You damn well can now. Top esports